Why would I talk to you?
Why wouldn't you talk to me? Did you witness that assault?
No, I didn't.
Yesterday, People Before Profit TD Ruth Coppinger said that she was the victim of relentless trolling following her arrogant refusal to answer a question by Grip journalist Ben Scallon, despite the fact that she is a very well-paid public representative.
I've been subject to relentless trolling as a result of declining to answer a question here last week.
Coppinger took issue with what she calls misogyny towards her.
The level of misogyny and abuse that I got.
Despite the fact that many women were also criticising her, including female journalist Louise Byrne.
There's press freedom in this country and he's a member of the press. He's a member of the press council. They're asking you a question. That's not very fair.
Really?
Coppinger rejected accusations of hypocrisy from Byrne after it was pointed out that Coppinger, in a late-night wine-o'clock tweet, had referred to both Byrne and another journalist as very pathetic.
You said thanks to two very pathetic journalists giving him footage. Ben has stood with the fire eyes. That was 1:23 a.m. on the 10th of May, which is Saturday. I'm asking you, do you not see the hypocrisy in that? Because my sober Jack never mentioned you.
Now, some of you will remember a video I put out in 2022 when Ruth Coppinger witnessed an assault that took place on myself at one of her public meetings and then denied it and called me names. But did you see that? Did you witness that assault?
No, I didn't. Why would I talk to you?
Why wouldn't you talk to me? The person who assaulted me at that meeting was a friend of Coppinger and a party member, and on the night in question seemed to be acting as security. The assault was entirely unprovoked and unwarranted, and everybody in the room saw what happened, as the man in question was absolutely out of control and enraged. Ruth initially denied seeing the very obvious assault, but then within a couple of days, her and her party put out a statement. An actual physical confrontation occurred at the end where a party member responded in a completely inappropriate way. The Socialist Party and Ruth Coppinger deeply regret that such an incident occurred at a meeting we organised. We want to be absolutely clear that we are opposed to any inappropriate physical interaction with any person. This is not and has never been an approach that we support. I wonder. It seems that she has double standards when it comes to speaking about receiving abuse. And it appears that when she speaks to people who have views that don't align with her ideologies, she does so with utter contempt. Coppinger talks about violence against women, but generally she only points out cases where Irish men are the perpetrators. She tried to deny witnessing an assault that took place on her watch at her meeting, and then went on to verbally abuse me, the victim of the assault. That's Ruth Coppinger. What's more, there's evidence that Ruth Coppinger is not only hypocritical and contemptuous, but also evidence of her attitude being one of a misandrist against Irish men, but not migrant men. When Joseph Polanyi beheaded and castrated two gay men in Sligo, Ruth asserted that it was Irish society to blame for making Polanyi homophobic, even though Ireland was the first country in the world to vote for gay marriage. She never spoke once about his jihadist modus operandi or the attitude of his religion towards gay people. When Aisling Murphy died, she blamed Irish society and men again and went on to talk about toxic masculinity. But when it transpired that the perpetrator was a Slovakian Roma who had been previously convicted of a sexual crime in his home country, she didn't bother speaking about any of that, and she didn't raise any questions or concerns about her immigration situation and the lack of background checks being carried out. Who in Dublin West thought it was a good idea to vote this toe rag back into the Dáil? How did she get in? Was it on the back of her friend and mentor Joe Higgins, who was well liked in the area maybe? Or maybe it's to do with the extra 500,000 people on the voting register who received 2 polling cards. Maybe that helped. I don't know. Let us know what you think.